Super happy to be playing this thing. This is kind of the holy grail instrument to me. This is a Fender Custom Shop 1960 jazz bass. Why is that year important? Because that era, so 1960 to midway through 61, don't fact check me please because I could be wrong about that, but I think that's about right. So about a year and a half, Fender made the jazz bass as what they call concentric pots. Stack knob jazz bass is what people call it. And I'll never forget reading like a Bass Player magazine interview or like article on Bobby Vega, the great pick style player who's like the funkiest dude on the planet. I remember him talking about, I think it's his Shark bass was a stack knob jazz bass. I remember thinking like, all right, what's the difference? What's the big deal with that? And then when we first got one of these in here in the shop and I played it, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. That has like some character to it that a normal jazz bass just doesn't have. I don't know if it's like just the mystique around it and like placebo effect a little bit, but I feel like the concentric pots and the way that wiring works. So concentric pots, essentially instead of having volume, volume, tone, like the 3-knob jazz bass layout, this is volume, volume, tone, tone, so it's stacked on top of each other. So the wiring's different. So you have separate volume controls for each pickup and separate tone controls for each pickup. When it rings out, you just hear, I always kind of equate it to like the way a grand piano sounds. You have all those overtones kind of ringing out with it. And even on fretted notes, there's just a quality to the bass that's so full and round. And I mean, it's really something special. So an absolute joy to play it. And yeah, just the stack knob jazz bass is just kind of one of those things. And until you get one in your hands and you feel it and you hear it, you don't really know what it's about. But to me, one of the best sounding basses I've ever played. I always kind of stand by that. So I think it's in the wiring and it's in the pickup. It's a hand wired 60 style. They're two hand wired 60 style jazz bass pickups built by the Custom Shop. Killing. They just have a really, really nice quality to them. So great, great bass. Just the front. So you really get a lot of P-bass character when you just solo the front pickup. It's just a straight single coil rather than a split single coil like in a P-bass. And you know, if you're on our YouTube page right now, you can check out like some P-bass demos I did and you'll hear this kind of quality. And I think I played the one thing. It's real similar sounding in that sense. I think I played it on a maple neck. This is on a rosewood neck. But that's just the front pickup solos. Then the back pickup, if you solo that, it's kind of hard to play right over it with the covers on there. You get more of that mid-range character that comes out, you know, kind of like the Jocko kind of sound. And then wide open. little like snappy, kind of the best of both worlds. Slap tone. It's like crushing that. That growl on there is just, that's it, man. That's the tone. Like I said, absolute joy to play. I was really excited that we got another one of these in the shop. First one went really quick, and I'm assuming this one will too, because they're really, really great basses. Some of the other stuff on them is pretty straightforward. I explained the control configuration. It's got a little bit of finish checking on there and the relicing. Really, really well done, very classy. Good wear on the back of the neck. It has those funky reverse tuners. Again, always kind of screw me up when I'm tuning. Feel like I'm like picking up a bass for the first time. I don't know what I'm doing. But period accurate, great relicing on that. 1.5 inch width at the nut, really, really cool. And it's got a 60s U-shape neck on it. So a little bit chunkier than a modern day jazz bass, but still pretty at home feeling. I mean, for me personally, like, this is the neck that I prefer to play. It allows me to play, you know, fleet enough lines to play fast stuff. And if you're grooving, comfortable to do that too. It's just a great sounding bass. One of my all-time favorite basses that you could possibly get your hands on. Here at Empire Music in Pittsburgh. So if you're in town, if you're online, check us out at empiremusiconline.com. You're watching this on YouTube, please give us click the subscribe button on there. Stay up to date with all the cool stuff that we got going on. We have a ton of Fender Custom Shop stuff here. Really, really good selection of it. Basses, guitars, amps, all of that stuff. So yeah, thanks for checking it out. And yeah, it's a great bass. Come in and check it out, please.